Good evening, everyone. So we have to start a new topic, I think. Time, speed and distance. कैसी रही दिवाली आप लोगों की? कितने पटाखे? अभी एयर क्वालिटी कैसी है? सीवियर. आज बारिश तो हुई थी अभी. बारिश तो हुई थी अभी दिवाली से पहले. तो वो तो होना है ना 2021 को, आर्टिफिशियल रेन. तो ये टेक्नोलॉजी पढ़ लेना. व्हाट इज दिस आर्टिफिशियल रेन टेक्नोलॉजी, व्हाट दे आर यूजिंग, who has developed this technology, and which country this technology is already being used. So these kind of things. So these things are important for this year's examination. 13 crore कम है ये तो काफी. Okay, so we can start. Time, speed and distance. Time, speed and distance say every year UPSC is asking questions 3 to 4, 2 to 3 this way. So around 3 questions we can say कि UPSC is asking every year except this year's paper. 23 में UPSC has asked 0 questions on this time, speed and distance. But before that, every year 2, 3, 4 this way questions are asked, and different topics such as basic concepts पे 1 question, then relative speed 1 question, then we have race वाला concept, इस पे भी 1 question every year, then we have boats, streams, इस पे भी UPSC is asking question, and apart from it this question like trains, poles, platforms, इस पे भी UPSC is asking questions. So these are basically the subtopics of time, speed and distance. Time, speed and distance. So this topic is important, we can say. Ki 2, 3, 4 questions they can ask, and they are like simple questions, not very difficult question they are going to ask. Difficult question they ask from this topic. Race wale questions are little difficult. Then they also ask about race में ही they club this concept circular tracks, like this 100 meter ka track, then they will provide ki this is a circular track of 100 meter. So this way also they can ask questions. So that becomes little difficult. That also we are going to discuss in the classes itself. Correct. So basic thing, like this topic is based on this formula only, and that formula is speed is equal to distance by time. So this is one formula on which all the questions are based. All these 4 or 5 subtopics, सारे questions are based on this formula only. Speed is equal to distance by time. And what is speed and what is velocity? Is there any difference between these two? So physics में if we go, so yes, there is a difference because of this direction. If direction is also provided, that becomes velocity. If it is not, the scalar and vector wala concept. But CSAT में speed, velocity all are same. सब कुछ same है CSAT. You're not having discussion on physics वाला topic. ठीक है. So this is CSAT. तो here speed लिखा है, velocity is written. We'll treat कि this is speed only, that formula is distance by time. This formula पे ही सब कुछ based है. So how UPSC is going to frame questions? Like 3 variables we have: speed is equal to distance by time. So we have 3 variables: speed, distance and time. So one variable के बारे में UPSC will ask कि calculate speed, calculate distance or calculate time. So one variable out of these 3, one variable के बारे में information will be direct, like time is equal to this much, distance is equal to this much, or speed is equal to this much. Then second variable, they will provide some indirect informations. Some indirect information they will provide. With the help of this indirect information, first we need to calculate the second variable, be it speed, distance or time. Then third variable के बारे में they will ask questions. Otherwise, if 2 variables are given, third variable we can very simply calculate. Speed is equal to distance by time. If distance and time is given, speed we can calculate. Speed and time is given, distance we can calculate. Speed and distance is given, time we can calculate. So that becomes very simple. So this much simple question cannot be asked. So this way they will provide some information, some indirect information they will provide, and we need to see, we need to process that information and get the second variable के बारे में कि what is the exact value. Then we can get the answer for the third variable. So इसमें there are 3-4 conditions. Speed is equal to distance by time. So whenever you are solving time, speed and distance वाले questions, first write this formula: speed is equal to distance by time. Sometime what happens कि 75th question you are attempting and that is related to time, speed and distance. So 10-15 minutes are left this way. So you can be in panic mode. You can write कि distance is equal to speed by time. So first write down this formula: speed is equal to distance by time. Then see what information is given in the question. Then try to get कि क्या पूछ रहा है. Then we'll try to get the answer of that question. So इसमें what can happen? There are some conditions, like first thing, if time is constant. If time is constant, then what is the relation? If time is given constant, like you are having some BMW or Mercedes at home, so your parents, they have given you this time कि 1 hour का time है, जितना चला सकते हो चला लो. So we have this time t is equal to 1 hour and that is constant. So if t is equal to 1 hour, so speed is equal to distance by time. Time is 1 hour. So speed is equal to distance. That means if you increase the speed, so we can write this way. If we can write this way, speed is equal to d by 1. If I write s by d is equal to t or not? Speed by distance is equal to time. हमने उल्टा लिखा है, 1 by t होना चाहिए. Take this formula. This is the formula, like speed is equal to distance by time. So time की value, time will be distance by speed. Time is equal to distance by speed. And this t is equal to 1, that is constant. That means d by s is equal to 1. So what values d and s can take? If time is constant, any value it can take. That means if d is increased, speed will also increase. Or we can say if speed is increasing, distance will also increase. तो हमारा फॉर्मूला यही था, speed is equal to distance by time. So whenever this way something is constant is given in the question, like t is constant, be it t is equal to 1 hour, 10 hour, 20 hour. So we can put t is equal to 1. That means speed is directly proportional to distance. That means if we increase speed, distance will also increase. So we can write this way कि if speed का ratio is this way, distance जो distance का ratio होगा that will also be this one only. We take the example of this कि 1 hour के लिए we are given this BMW, t is equal to 1 hour. Understand this? First day what happened? First day you decided कि your speed will be 50 kilometer per hour. 50 kilometer per hour. So what distance you are going to cover in that 1 hour? What distance you are going to cover in that 1 hour? 50 kilometer per hour is speed. So distance is equal to 50 into 1. Speed is equal to distance by time. So distance is equal to speed into time. That means distance you are going to cover 50 kilometer. Second day, you thought ki I covered very less distance. So you increased the speed. Speed is now 100 kilometer per hour. So what distance you are going to cover? Distance is speed into time. 100 into, that means 100 kilometer. So with these two things, we can say if we are increasing the speed, the distance covered is also getting increased. And when it is happening, when time is constant. When time is constant. That is here in this case 1 hour. So we can write this way कि speed s1 by speed s2 is equal to distance covered d1 by d2. Is this same? S1 by S2 50 by 100 and d1 by d2 again 50 by 100. Same thing we are getting when time is constant. So this way anywhere when time is constant, कुछ याद नहीं करना, we don't need to remember anything here. Just see this formula, distance by time. Time is constant, put t is equal to 1. So we are getting speed is equal to distance. If it is coming equal to distance, that means speed is directly proportional to distance. If it is directly proportional to distance, so we can write कि S1 by S2 is equal to D1 by D2. This way we can write. Or we can write, if this thing is written, S1 by D1 is equal to S2 by D2 is equal to S3 by D3. This way so on. These things we can write. So we got this thing कि when time is constant, put t is equal to 1. That means speed is equal to distance. Speed is directly proportional to distance. If we are increasing the speed, distance will get increased. Or we are increasing the distance, speed will also increase. So we can get this formula S1 by S2 is equal to D1 by D2, or S1 by D1 is equal to S2 by D2, S3 by D3. This way we can get this thing. जो भी पूछ रहा है क्वेश्चन में, we'll see कि what they are asking. उसके basis पे we'll try to see. Okay. So write down one example for this question. There are three bikers. There are three bikers. The ratio of their speeds, the ratio of their speeds is 1 is to 2 is to 3. 1 is to 2 is to 3. In 5 hours, in 5 hours, what will be the ratio of distances covered by them? Covered by them. Sometimes it may be written ki if time is constant, what will be the ratio of distances covered by them? Here it is written in 5 hours, what will be the ratio of distances covered by them? So here also time is constant for all the three bikers. All the three bikers, they are taking 5 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours. So what will be the ratio of distances covered by them? We have one formula. Speed is equal to distance by time. So we can sense here कि time is constant. Time is constant. That means speed is directly proportional to distance. So speed का ratio is given 1, 2, 3. Speed का ratio. So distance का ratio directly proportional है. That means same ratio. 1 is to 2 is to. This will be our answer. यही आ रहा है कि different आ रहा है? ये समझ में आ रहा है? Otherwise also what we can do कि 5 hours में what distance they are covering. This also we can calculate. We can assume this way कि बाइकर 1 की स्पीड 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 का है. So we can assume कि बाइकर 1 की स्पीड x, बाइकर 2 की स्पीड 2x, बाइकर 3 की स्पीड 3x. किलोमीटर पर आवर, मीटर पर सेकंड. तो यहाँ पे किलोमीटर पर आवर विल अज्यूम क्योंकि 5 hours is given. If this is the speed, so in 5 hours, first biker will cover what distance? First biker will cover what distance? Distance is equal to speed into time. Speed is x into 5. Second biker will cover what distance? Speed is 2x time 5 hour. Biker 3 will cover speed 3x into time 5. So distance covered we have calculated. So what is the ratio of distance covered? 5x, yes, into 10x into 15x. This we are getting. X से we can divide और 5x से we can divide. तो 5x से if we are dividing 1 divide by 5x. So what we are getting? 1, 2, 3. Same thing we are getting. Same thing we are getting. So time, speed and distance वाले question में nowhere you will see this way. It will be written कि time is constant. They will provide some time. They will provide कि in 5 hours, in 10 hours. So everyone is taking 5 hours, 1 hour, 2 hour. If everyone is taking the same time, that means time is constant. This also we need to understand. ऐसे question लगा लेंगे. Then second thing can happen this way. If speed is constant, if speed is constant, then what we can have? Speed is equal to distance by time. If speed is constant, put s is equal to n 1, put s is equal to 1. So what we are getting? Or d is equal to t. That means distance is directly proportional to time. So if speed is constant, if we increase the time, the distance covered will also increase. If we increase the distance, to cover that distance, the time will also increase. Directly proportional का ये मतलब होता है. This way we understood efficiency वाले concept में, उसमें inverse वाला relation था, correct? So suppose we are having a bike and we are ordered कि speed will be constant. 50 किलोमीटर पर आवर की स्पीड से you can ride that bike. Speed is constant. So first day, if we are taking time 1 hour, so what distance we are going to cover? Time is 1 hour, speed is 50 kilometer per hour. What distance we are going to cover? Distance is equal to so whenever लिखना है ये, speed is equal to distance by time, distance is speed into time. So it is like we are ordered this way, speed is 50 kilometer per hour, it is fixed. You are taking that bike or car. So first day you decided कि I will take 1 hour, 1 hour ride. So 1 hour में what distance we are going to cover? 50. This speed into time. Speed is 50. Time is 1 hour. 50. Second day you thought कि अब मजा नहीं आया 1 hour में. So we'll increase that time. Second day 5 hours. So what distance you are going to cover? 50 into 5. 250. 250. 250 kilometer. So here we can say that this, we can establish this thing. If speed is constant, time or distance is directly proportional to time. How we can see this? Like, isko d1 by t1 we can write. This way, d3, t4, t3, d4, t4, this way we can write. So if we take this ratio d1 by t1, what we are getting? 50 by 1, and d2 by t2, what we are getting? 250 by 5. Isko bhi we can write 50 by 1. So both are coming same. So every time it will be this way only. So here, if speed is constant, distance is directly proportional to time. That means if we increase the distance, time will also get increased. If we increase the time, distance covered will also get increased. So this way we can understand. And question may this way, speed is like 2 cars are there. They will say कि दोनों की speed 50 kilometer per hour है. That means that we need to understand कि speed is constant. Speed is constant. If speed is constant, so यहाँ पे s is equal to 1 रखा, d by t is equal to 1, d is equal to 2, that means d is directly proportional to t. अब पहले एग्जाम्पल में आते हैं. सो इसके लिए सपोज देयर आर 3 बाइकर्स, distance, the ratio of distance covered by them is 5:3:1. What will be the ratio of time taken by them to cover these distances if the speeds of these 3 bikers is 100 kilometer per hour. 100 kilometer per hour. What will be the answer here? कैसे आ रहा है? So here what is constant? Speed is constant. And if speed is constant, that means distance is directly proportional to time, or time is directly proportional to distance. So what is the ratio of distance covered? The same will be the ratio of the time taken by them to cover those same distances. तो रेशियो तो सेम ही आना चाहिए 5:3:1 कि डिफरेंट आ रहा है? हाँ, इसमें तो कुछ करना ही नहीं है. सी दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. हाँ, डायरेक्टली वी कैन से कि द रेशियो ऑफ टाइम इज 5:3:1. वी नीड टू सी दिस वे कि व्हाट इज कांस्टेंट, एंड क्वेश्चन में डायरेक्टली इट विल नॉट बी गिवन. सो हियर स्पीड इज कांस्टेंट. For all the 3 bikers, the speed is 100 km per hour, but they are covering different distances. So speed is constant. So if speed is constant, d by t is equal to 1. d1 by t1 is equal to d2 by t2, this way. So we can, this formula, यही वाला, if speed is constant, that means d is directly proportional to time. So if we are given distance का ratio, this way, what will be the ratio of time taken? C. D is equal to t. जितना d का आ रहा है रेशियो, द सेम रेशियो विल बी फॉर टाइम ऑल्सो. d इज इक्वल टू टी का मतलब कुछ करना नहीं है इसमें. ठीक है. अभी थर्ड वेरिएशन वी कैन सी. अभी क्वेश्चन करेंगे तो उसमें और वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड, एंड वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग कि फॉर्मूला में ही वी नीड टू पुट एंड वी नीड टू चेक कि विच, हाँ, लाइक एक्स वाला करके यू आर गोइंग, सी 3 bikers, they are covering distance 5x, 3x and x. This is the distance, and speed कितनी है 100 किलोमीटर पर. So what will be the time? Distance upon speed, 5x by 100, here also 3x by 100, here also 100, x by 100. What will be the ratio of time? 5x by 100, 3x by 100, x by 100. 100 से एक बार मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, 5x, 3x, x से डिवाइड कर दो, सेम ही आ रहा है ना. सो दिस वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि कैसे हो रहा है ये, बस कुछ है नहीं इसमें, वेरी सिंपल थिंग. ठीक है, ये समझ में आया एवरीवन? नाउ विल ट्राई टू सी द थर्ड थिंग. 3 variable, तो थर्ड कंडीशन वी कैन सी. व्हाट इज थर्ड कंडीशन? इफ, क्या कर दिया हमने, टाइम, speed, so we are left with the distance. If distance is constant, if distance is constant, d is equal to 1, that means s is equal to 1 by t. So speed is inversely proportional to time. If s is inversely proportional to time, so we can write this way कि s1 by s2 is equal to t2 by t1. अब उसमें आ रहा था सेम वे, लाइक s1 by s2 is equal to d1 by d2 आ रहा था. So here this way, that means if distance is constant, understand this way, if this distance is 100 kilometer, if our speed is 50 kilometer per hour, so how much time will take to cover this distance? Distance is 100, speed is 50 kilometer per hour. So this distance will be covered in 2 hours. First condition, when speed is 50 kilometer per hour. Second condition, if speed is 100 kilometer per hour, so how much time will take? Distance 100 by speed 100, that means 1 hour. So that means if we increase the speed, time taken will be less. But in other two cases we have seen कि जब बढ़ा रहे थे distance तो बढ़ रहा था. But in this case only, when a distance is constant, so this much distance 100 kilometer we are going to cover. If speed we are going to increase, less time. Speed घटाया तो more time. So that is inverse relation. So that is why we are getting कि speed is inversely proportional to time. Correct? Write down one question on this. So this is the relation. And इसमें भी if speed का ratio is given, so what will be the time का ratio? If distance is constant, s is equal to 1 by t, 1 by s1, 1 by s2, 1 by s. So this way we are going to calculate things. Suppose we have 3 bikers. कहीं पे नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट अगेन, क्योंकि यही समझ में आ गया तो सारे क्वेश्चन बन जाने हैं. अगर यहाँ पे दिक्कत हुई तो बाद में भी दिक्कत आएगी. So we need to understand these things very carefully कि what we are doing, कैसे ये हो रहा है. इसके लिए एग्जाम्पल्स भी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. लाइक वी हैव टेकन दिस एग्जाम्पल 100 किलोमीटर का स्ट्रेच, है ना, करोल बाग से सीपी वाला स्ट्रेच ले लेते हैं. सो आर स्पीड इज मोर, so we can cover that distance in less time. If our speed is less, we can cover that distance in more time. So this is basically the meaning of this inverse relation when distance is constant. When distance is constant. तो रेशियो को कैसे देखना है, क्वेश्चन में दे विल आस्क कि व्हाट विल बी द रेशियो. सो स्पीड इज डायरेक्टली, स्पीड इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू टाइम. सो स्पीड का रेशियो जो भी है उसका इनवर्स इफ वी डू, वी गेट टाइम का रेशियो. लाइक S1 S2 S3 स्पीड का रेशियो इज गिवन, डिस्टेंस इज कांस्टेंट. व्हाट विल बी द रेशियो ऑफ टाइम टेकन बाय देम टू कवर 100 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस, 200 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस, 1000 किलोमीटर का डिस्टेंस. सो टाइम का रेशियो विल बी 1 by this value S1, 1 by S2, 1 by S3. This ratio will be the time का रेशियो. ठीक है, ठीक है, ओके. सो 3 बाइकर्स, they have speed का रेशियो this way 5:2:1. This is the speed का रेशियो. What will be the ratio of time taken by them to cover 1000 kilometer distance or stretch? What will be the ratio of time taken by them to cover 1000 kilometer distance? This we need to calculate. हाँ, then उसको we need to convert in whole numbers. So 5 to 1 का LCM will take, उससे will multiply. So what answer we are getting? क्वेश्चन में यू विल सी दिस वे कि यहाँ पे 1000 किलोमीटर इज रिटन, यहाँ पे दे विल राइट 7293 किलोमीटर्स. इट विल लुक डिफिकल्ट यार, ये डिस्टेंस कैलकुलेशन करना पड़ेगा, मुश्किल है. Like if the same question, what will be the ratio of the time taken by them to cover 7293 kilometer distance? What will be the answer? Answer will remain same. इसमें distance कुछ भी रखें, answer will remain same. 1 lakh kilometer, 7293, कुछ भी distance रखें, this ratio जो भी अभी निकालने जा रहे हैं that will be same. अब यहाँ पे speed का ratio, कहीं से आवाज आ रही है क्या? अच्छा, स्पीड का रेशियो इट इज गिवन 5:1. Here distance is constant. For all the three, distance is same. So what will be the ratio of time taken by them? 1/5, 1/2, 1/1. इसको if we multiply by 10, what we are getting? 2:5:10. This will be the ratio of टाइम टेकन बाय देम टू कवर दैट 1000 किलोमीटर का स्ट्रेच और डिस्टेंस. 1000 किलोमीटर, 7293 किलोमीटर्स, 1 lakh किलोमीटर्स, दिस रेशियो विल रिमेन सी. ठीक है. अच्छा, राइट डाउन अनदर क्वेश्चन. अच्छा, इसी में कर लेते हैं. 5 to 1 है ना रेशियो. अनदर वे हाउ दे फ्रेम क्वेश्चंस. कि if ratio of speeds of three bikers is 5:2:1, what will be the ratio of time taken by them to cover 100 kilometer, 150 kilometers and 200 kilometers respectively. So here distance is not constant. हाँ, इसमें x मान के we can calculate. The question is same, but थोड़ा सा difference है. Speed का ratio is 5:2:1, speed का ratio. What will be the ratio of time? We need to calculate ratio of time to cover 100 kilometer, 150 kilometer and 200 kilometers respectively. So here we need to calculate the ratio of time. But distances are different for all the three bikers. So individually we need to calculate ki what time they are taking to complete 100 kilometer, 150 kilometer and 200 kilometer. Then we'll see ki what ratio we are getting. So here also we can same way calculate कि what is, we can assume कि speeds क्या है 5x, 2x and x and distance this person is covering 100 kilometers, 150, 200. So what will be the time taken by them? Time, how we can calculate? Distance by speed. Speed is equal to distance by time. So time, distance by speed. Distance by speed. Distance by speed. Distance by speed. Now we can calculate ratios. कितना आ रहा है रेशियो टाइम का? So 100 by 5x, 150 by 2x, 200 by x. So we can multiply first by 10x. 10x से multiply कर दिया. Why we are multiplying by 10x? क्योंकि 5x, 2x, x का LCM is 10x. तो 10x से will multiply. So what we are getting? 200. Here 150 into 2x, 10x 5 से multiply करेंगे 750 and here 10 से multiply करेंगे. So this ratio we are getting. इसको further we can simplify. तो यहाँ पे ये समझ में आ रहा है ना कि why we are multiplying by 10x. LCM we need to take, x we need to remove. So steps में भी we can do कि x से multiply कर दिया. So we are getting 100 by 5, 150 by 2, 200 by 1. फिर 10 से multiply किया है ना. Then we are getting this value 200, 750 and 2000. फिर इसको simplify कर लिया. तो simplify किया था क्या आ गया? ये कितना आ गया? ये आ गया आंसर। तो दिस वे क्वेश्चंस कैन बी फ्रेम्ड। थोड़ा सा समझना है, जहां पे ना समझ में आए वहां पे पूछो। ठीक है, ये समझ में आ रहा है? तो वी डिस्कस्ड थ्री थिंग्स। फर्स्ट, कि द फॉर्मूला फॉर स्पीड इज इक्वल टू डिस्टेंस बाई टाइम। देयर कैन बी थ्री कंडीशंस। फर्स्ट, if time is constant, so we'll say कि speed is directly proportional to distance. That means s1 by d1 is equal to s2 by d2, s3 by d3, and so on. This way we can write. Or if speed ka ratio is given, so what will be the distance ka ratio? Same. The second thing, if we have speed is constant, so we'll say s is equal to 1, so d by t is equal to 1, or d is directly proportional to t if speed is constant. So we can write this way कि d1 by t1 d2 by t2 is equal to d3 by t3, and so on. This way we can write. So if distance ka ratio is given, d3, and we are asked to calculate time ka ratio, so that will be c. The same way for time also, कि time का ratio is given, तो distance का ratio we can calculate. Third thing, if distance is constant, then if distance is constant, so we have speed is inversely proportional to time. That means इसका मतलब क्या हो जाएगा? S1 T1, इसको करोगे ऐसे, S1 T1, S2 T2, S3 T3, so on. Or we can say if speed का ratio is given, S1, S2, S3, what will be the time का ratio? 1 by S1, 1 by S2, 1 by S3. So this way we are going to calculate. Three variations, इसको questions के through we are going to understand in detail. Sir, how did you get 10x HCF? 10x LCM we get, we have taken LCM, तभी आया था 10x. So this everyone, ऐसे लग रहा है बहुत सारा फॉर्मूला चल रहा है, बट ये है नहीं, बस आई एम राइटिंग दीज थिंग्स. जस्ट पहली चीज देखना है, उसी से everything I have written so that we can apply these things in the question. बट अभी क्या समझना है हमें, पहले ये देख लेते हैं. So this is 100 by 5x, 150 by 2x, 200 by x. So why we have multiplied by 10x? So ratio में we have understood, efficiency वाले time and work में we have understood this thing, if the ratio is coming in fractions, so what we are going to do, we are going to multiply, we are going to make these numbers as whole numbers. These are fractions, तो whole number में कैसे बना सकते हैं? What we can do, we can multiply by the LCM of these denominators. तो 5x, 2x, x का LCM will be 10x. So 10x से we can multiply, जिससे नीचे वाले denominators will go out, will get whole numbers. So 10x is the LCM. 10x is the LCM of these numbers. 5 into x, 2 into x, 1 into x, तो 5 into 2 x आ गया ऐसे. ठीक है. बहुत सारा फॉर्मूला हो गया है, बट इतना है नहीं कुछ. बस इसमें बस दिमाग में ये रखना कि व्हाट इज कांस्टेंट, देन व्हाट इज द रिलेशन बिटवीन द अदर टू. कि एक के बढ़ाने से द अदर विल ऑल्सो इंक्रीज, एक के बढ़ाने से अदर विल डिक्रीज. तो ओनली वन कंडीशन जहां पे डिक्रीज करेगा, व्हेन डिस्टेंस इज कांस्टेंट. व्हेन डिस्टेंस इज कांस्टेंट, वहां पे व्हाट विल हैपन, when distance is constant, put d is equal to 1, we are getting s is equal to 1 by t. That means when we increase the speed, time taken to cover some distance will be less. This is the literal meaning of it. Baki we'll see in the questions. अभी एक question देखते हैं. Just a second. See this question. So try to, Simran and Diya have to travel from Delhi to Chandigarh in their respective cars. Simran drives at 30 km per hour while Diya drives at 45 km per hour. So find the time taken by Diya to reach Chandigarh if Simran takes 6 hours. So simple application of this distance or speed is equal to distance by time. Simple basic concept ka application we need to apply here. The question is find the time taken by Diya to reach Chandigarh. Time taken by Diya. दिया की स्पीड क्या है, कार की स्पीड, ड्राइव्स एट 45 किलोमीटर पर आवर. 45 kilometer per hour. And what is given? What other information? You find the time taken by Diya to reach Chandigarh. So how much time it is going to take? That we need to calculate. But how we can calculate time? This time, speed ka formula, distance by time. So how we can calculate time? Distance divided by speed. What is the distance here? We know speed of Diya, but we don't know what distance she is going to cover. That we need to calculate. ये distance कहाँ से आएगा? Simran and Diya both are traveling from Delhi to Chandigarh. So what distance Simran is covering? The same distance Diya is going to cover. So what distance Simran is covering? What distance Simran is covering? Simran ki speed into what time it is taking, that Simran is taking. So Simran ki speed क्या है? 30. What time Simran is taking? 6 hours. That means distance is 180 किलोमीटर from Delhi to Chandigarh. इतना ही distance है कि ज़्यादा है कम है? Correct. So distance is 180 किलोमीटर. Distance आ गया यहाँ पे. We have distance 180 किलोमीटर. Speed क्या है? 45. Answer क्या आ गया? 4 hours. 4 hours. Simple question है. 4 hours. Yes. 4 hours आ गया आंसर. सिंपल है. एवरीवन ठीक है. See this question. A person X and Y. X from place A and another person Y from a place B set out at the same time to walk towards each other. The places are separated by a distance of 15 kilometers. X walks with a uniform speed of 1.5 kilometer per hour and Y walks with a uniform speed of 1 kilometer per hour in the first hour. Then with a uniform speed of 1.25 kilometer hour in the second hour. And with a uniform speed of 1.5 kilometer per hour in the third hour and so on. Correct. Which of the following is or correct? They take 5 hours to meet. They meet midway between A and B. Select the correct answer using the code given below. So many information. एक बड़ा paragraph was given in the examination. But we don't need to solve much here. We don't need to calculate much here. Just try to see. Just take the first statement. They take 5 hours to meet. Is that so? So they take 5 hours to meet. So try to calculate कि 5 hours में what distance X is covering, what distance Y is covering. See what distance they are covering. And this document is uploaded on your portal. First tell me about first statement. What is this? Is this statement correct? or incorrect? Place A, place B. Distance क्या है? 15 kilometer distance we have here. 15 kilometer distance. What is coming? So this is the distance between them, 15 kilometers. Then a person X from place A. So X from here and Y from here. They are moving in opposite direction. They are moving in opposite direction. X walks with a uniform speed of 1.5 kilometer per hour. So for X, question में it is asked कि 5 hours में are they meeting each other? So 5 hours में we can calculate कि 5 hours में what distance X is covering. So what distance? 5 hours में distance is equal to speed into time. So speed is 1.5. ये तो पूरा 1.5 है पूरा इसका 1.5 into 5. So what we are getting 7.5 kilometer है kilometer 7.5 kilometer distance X is covering. So X is 5 hours में has covered 7.5 kilometer distance. The same way we can calculate for Y. 5 hours में what distance Y is covering? How we can calculate? First hour में what distance Y is covering? 1 kilometer per hour. First hour में 1 kilometer. Second hour 1.25. हाँ है ना. Third hour 1.5. Fourth hour 1.75. Fifth 2. If we take the sum, what we are getting? 5, 6, 7. 7.5. 7.5. That means 5 hours में X is covering 7.5 kilometer and Y is also covering 7.5 kilometer. That means they are meeting. Stretch है 15 kilometer का 7.5 Y has covered and 7.5 X has covered. So they have met each other. And this is the midway point. 15 by 2 is 7.5. That is the midway point. So we can say they take 5 hours to meet. That is correct statement. And they meet midway between A and B. Midway is 15 by 2. That is 7.5. So this is midway. Both the statements are correct statements. Both the statements are correct statements. So ऐसे question में we need to check this कि what is given in the statement कि they take 5 hours to meet. So we'll calculate कि 5 hours में what distance they are covering. Suppose this way it is coming कि 5 hours में A is covering 8 kilometers and X is covering 8 kilometers and 5 hours में Y is covering some 9 kilometers. So we cannot say कि they are meeting at that point. तो statement वो incorrect हो जाता. That statement becomes incorrect. But here we can see कि 5 hours में X is covering the same distance 7.5. Y is also covering the same distance 7.5. और उसका sum कितना आ रहा है 15 किलोमीटर. If this way also it is coming answer as कि A is covering 5 hours में this X is covering 3 kilometers and Y is covering 12 kilometer. Can we say कि uh, they take 5 hours to meet. Can we say this? This statement is correct. Now the question is, अपना question हमने समझ लिया. We understood the question. Now, if we are calculating this way, कि they take 5 hours to meet, speeds थोड़ी सी different कर दिया, but distance between them is 15 kilometer. 5 hours में X is covering 3 kilometers. Y is covering 5 hours में 12 kilometers. So can we say कि they take 5 hours to meet? Can we say? Correct? Incorrect? ऐसे सोचो कि दो लोग इधर से आ रहे हैं, उधर से आ रहे हैं. 5 hours में this person has covered 3 kilometers and this person has covered 12 kilometers. So that means they have reached a point where both are standing. इधर से 3, इधर से 12. मिल गए ना सब लोग दोनों? 12 plus 3 15 आ रहा है ना? So that means कि मिल रहे हैं. सेम आ रहा है तब भी विल से, बट सेम आ रहा है, बट आफ्टर देन वी नीड टू चेक कि सम इज कमिंग 15 और नॉट. सम इज कमिंग 15 और नॉट, है ना? दूसरा वाला स्टेटमेंट समझ में आया? दूसरे वाले स्टेटमेंट में क्या किया हमने कि दिस वे इंफॉर्मेशन वी आर गेटिंग कि एक्स इज कंप्लीटिंग 3 किलोमीटर इन 5 hours, y is completing 12 kilometers in 5 hours, and the distance between them is 15 kilometer. 15 kilometer. So are they going to meet each other after 5 hours? So we'll say कि yes. Why yes? Because they are covering the whole distance. 12 plus 3 5. ऐसे imagine करके visualize करके भी we can understand कि मैं बाइक से आ रहा हूँ और सामने वाला पैदल आ रहा है ना? So बाइक से I will cover more distance, and that person who is coming on foot, that person will cover less distance. But 5 hours में अगर total distance we are covering, जो हमारे बीच की distance है, that 15 kilometer, if total distance we are covering, that means we are going to meet each other. So इसको relative speed वाले concept में और better तरीके से will understand कि कैसे if two trains are moving in opposite direction with some speeds, after what time they are going to meet each other. But ये basic कॉन्सेप्ट पे ही बेस्ड है. वी कैन नॉट अप्लाई रिलेटिव स्पीड वाला कॉन्सेप्ट हियर. ऐसे ही लगा के देख लेना है. ठीक है, सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, बट थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा इसको पढ़ने में. लाइक 4-5 लाइन्स आर देयर, देन 2 स्टेटमेंट्स, देन वी नीड टू चेक फॉर द आंसर्स. बट वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. अच्छा, एक क्वेश्चन लिखो. अ पर्सन इज गोइंग ऑफिस फ्रॉम होम. A person is going office from home at a constant speed of 48 kilometer per hour. At a constant speed of 48 kilometer per hour. Full stop. For traveling 60% of the distance, for traveling 60% of the distance, he takes 20 minutes more than to travel the rest of the distance. I'm repeating it again. A person is going office from home at a constant speed of 48 kilometer per hour. Full stop. For traveling 60% of the distance, he takes 20 minutes more. Than to travel the rest of the distance. Find out distance between home and office. Between home and office. This distance we need to calculate. How we can calculate distance? Speed into time. We have constant speed, but we don't have the value of time. Time के बारे में we don't have information. But indirect information is given. Distance we need to calculate. इसमें second information that 60% of distance, to cover 60% of the distance, that person is taking 20 minutes more than to cover the rest of the distance. यहीं से we need to approach. यहीं से we can start. So कुछ आ रहा है आंसर? Anything? इस तरीके से we can see. Home, office. This distance is, we can assume that this distance is D. This distance is D. What is given? Ki to cover 60% of the distance. So suppose this is 60%. So remaining will be 40%. So this 60% distance को cover करने में this person is taking time t1. Remaining 40% distance को cover करने में this person is taking time t2. This we can assume. So this 60% distance को cover करने में this person is taking 20 minutes more than to cover rest of the distance. Rest of the distance को cover करने में this person is taking time t2 plus 20 more minutes. So here minutes is given and speed है 48 km per hour में. So minutes को we need to convert in 20 by 60. So this we can say second statement से कि 60% distance को cover करने में this person is taking 20 minutes more to cover rest of the distance. This we can write, this we have correctly written. This understood कि what we have written. T1 is to cover 60% of the distance, time. T2 is to cover 40% of the distance. Correct? So T1 is equal to T2 plus 20 minutes. 20 minutes ko we have written in hours. Correct? And what is the value of T1? Time, speed is equal to distance by time. So time is equal to distance by speed. So T1 ko we can write distance by speed. What distance? T1 is 60% of D. 60 by 100 into D. This is the distance. Divided by speed. Speed is 48. T2, 40% of the distance. Divided by speed, same 48 plus 20 by 60, 1 by. Now we can calculate value of D. आ जाएगी D की value. If we simplify, can we get the value? अब देखो कितनी वैल्यू आ रही है. यहीं पे समझना था this thing. यहाँ पे भी माइनस कर दिया था. अच्छा हाँ, तो इट इज टेकिंग मोर टाइम. स्पीड सेम है तो मोर डिस्टेंस कवर करने के लिए मोर टाइम है ना. इस तरीके से जब भी फंसे मामला प्लस माइनस में, जस्ट थिंक कि हियर the speed is constant. 60% of the distance, that is more than 40% of the distance. तो वहां पे तो more time लेगा, and it is also written in the statement he takes 20 minutes more. More means plus, we need to add. अब d की वैल्यू क्या आ जाएगी यहाँ पे? So this will come this side, 60 by 100 into d. If we take d by 48 common, so what we are getting? 0.6 minus 0.4, 0.2 is equal to 1 by 3. यहाँ पे कितना आ जाएगा? 24. कुछ गड़बड़ किया हमने? ठीक है, 60 by 100, तो ये 0.2, ये आ जाएगा ना 240. तो d की वैल्यू आ जाएगी 240 by 3, 80. 80 आ जाएगा डिस्टेंस, 80 kilometers. And other way around, second way to approach this question, अभी पहले ये समझ लो, with the help of this time वाले से, simply put the value of d, कि time is equal to distance by speed. This equation we have been provided in the second statement, कि time taken to cover 60% of the distance is 20 minutes more than the time taken to cover rest of the distance. So 60 और 40, 40 rest of the distance हो जाएगा. Then this t1 time, distance by speed, speed is 48 same. So distance will be for t1, distance is 60%, 60% of the d. And here for t2, distance is 40% of the d. बस इसी को solve करना है, we can get the answer. Other way round, how we can think? Other way round. See here, it is given in the question, कि to cover 60% of the distance, that person is taking 20 minutes more than to cover rest of the distance. With the help of this statement, can we say कि this 60% distance को cover करने में he is taking 20 minutes more to cover rest of the distance. Rest of the distance is 40%. ये जो 20 minutes more आ रहा है, what is that value? 60% minus 40%. 60% minus 40% will come 20%. So 20% distance this person is covering in 20 minutes or not? This we can say. It is given in the question कि to cover 60% distance, this person is taking 20 more minutes than to cover rest of the distance. That means 60% distance minus 40%, that means 20% distance को cover करने में this person will take 20 minutes. अगर 20% distance को cover करने में this person is taking 20 minutes, तो 100% distance 20 into 5, 100 minutes. So we have calculated the time. We have calculated the time. The time is 100 minutes or 100 by 60 hours. So we have speed 48 kilometer per hour. Time is 100 by 60 hours. So what will be the distance? Distance ही पूछ रहा है. Speed into time. 100 by 60 into 48. 80 kilometers. So this way, second information, that the time t निकालना है, that time this way we can calculate. ये थोड़ा सा मुश्किल लगा कि समझ में आ गया? Again understand this. सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट की इंफॉर्मेशन देखो. अभी सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट की इंफॉर्मेशन देखना है. उसमें इट इज रिटन कि to cover 60% of the distance, that person is taking 20 minutes more than to cover rest of the distance. This is given. This is given. So time taken to 60% of the distance is equal to 20 minutes plus time taken to cover 40% of the distance. तो ये जो 20 more minutes आ रहा है, that is basically the difference time taken to cover 60% of the distance minus time taken to cover 40% of the distance. This is coming 20 minutes. यही तो आ रहा है, ये difference. So बस understand करना है कि they are what information they have provided. So different ये difference ये 20 minutes का आ रहा है to cover 60% distance and to cover 40% distance. तो distance का भी difference निकालने, speed तो constant है. So we'll say कि 60% minus 40%, 20% distance they will cover in 20 minutes. 20% distance will be covered in 20 minutes. Basically, this is being said in the question. 20% distance that person is covering in 20 minutes. So 100% total distance will be covered in 100 minutes. So time we have calculated. Ab time aa gaya, speed is already given. So we can calculate what is the total distance. D की value आ जाएगी. Correct. So this way we can get the answer. ठीक है, तो अभी break ले लेते हैं 10 minutes का. After then we'll discuss more questions. थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट लगेगा तो बता देना मुझे कि कहाँ पे डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है, फिर से समझेंगे उसको. ठीक है. अच्छा, सो वी कैन स्टार्ट. ओके, सो ये तो समझ में आ गया था क्वेश्चन. सो दिस वे ओनली दे आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड सम इन्फॉर्मेशन कि सेकंड वेरिएबल, जैसे हियर व्हाट वाज मिसिंग, टाइम. टाइम नहीं पता था हमें, टाइम वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड. ठीक है, राइट डाउन अनदर क्वेश्चन. A man is walking at a speed of 10 kilometer per hour. 10 kilometer per hour. After every kilometer, he takes a rest of 5 minutes. After every 1 kilometer, he takes a rest of 5 minutes. Full stop. How much time will he take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers? How much time will he take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers? Options are this way: 40, 50, 60, 70. क्या हुआ? I am repeating it again. A man is walking at a speed of 10 km per hour. After every kilometer, he takes a rest of 5 minutes. How much time will he take to cover a distance of 5 kilometers? Options are this way: 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, 70 minutes. फिफ्टी की 60? आई एम जस्ट आस्किंग. इसमें देखो, after every 1 kilometer he is taking rest of 5 minutes. So for every 1 kilometer try to see कि what time that person is taking, then 5 minutes का rest. Again next 1 kilometer के लिए how much time that person is taking, then again 5 minutes का rest. So this way we need to add them and we'll see कि 5 kilometer के point पे कितना time ले रहा है. आ रहा है आंसर 50? आ रहा है? See here. So what is given? Speed is 10 kilometer per hour. And it is given कि that person is taking 5 minutes का rest after every kilometer. So this 10 kilometer distance that person is covering in 1 hour, that is equal to 60 minutes. So after every 1 kilometer that person is taking rest of 5 minutes. So 1 kilometer distance cover करने में that person is taking what time? 10 kilometer 60 minutes में to 1 kilometer 60 by 10 6 minutes. So we can, this person is starting from this point 1 kilometer distance. What time this person is taking? 6 minutes. And after covering this 1 kilometer distance, this person is taking rest of 5 minutes. Again 1 kilometer, time 6 minutes. Again 5 minutes ka rest. Again 1 kilometer, 6 minutes and 5 minutes ka rest. Then again 1 kilometer, 6 minutes and 5 minutes का rest. कितना हो गया? 1 2 3 4. Then last 1 kilometer 6 minute and 5 minutes का rest also we are going to add. So first see here what time this person is taking. 6 6 6 6. कितनी बार? 30 minutes. While walking he is taking 30 minutes time. 6 into 5, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 या 6 into 5 कर दो, 5 minutes है, 5 kilometers है. Then while resting this person is taking 5 minutes multiplied by 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. But here this person is reaching at this point 5 kilometer. अब यहाँ पे this person has covered 5 kilometer का distance. So he is taking rest or he is doing something else. That is not our concern. So this person has completed 5 kilometer का distance. So he is taking rest first 5 kilometer पे 1 kilometer पे 5, second पे 5, third पे 5, fourth पे 5, fifth पे तो वो पहुंच ही चुका है. That person has reached this point of 5 kilometer total distance. So 5 into 20 minutes. जैसे frog jump वाले केस में that frog has come out of the well. तो अब वो फिसलेगा नहीं. So that time we need to consider. So total time 30 plus 20, 50 minutes. So यहाँ पे भी लास्ट वाले पॉइंट पे that person is not is taking rest or what? दैट इज नॉट आवर कंसर्न। ये 5 किलोमीटर की डिस्टेंस दिस पर्सन हैज कवर्ड इन 50 मिनट्स। इसके बाद वो रेस्ट कर रहा है, डांस कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है, कुछ नहीं मतलब इससे। करेक्ट। सो सिंपल क्वेश्चन है। ठीक। आगे बढ़े। लिख लिया सबने? सी दिस क्वेश्चन। Two statements S1 and S2 are given below, followed by a question. Vineet walks a certain distance and rides back, taking a total time of 29 minutes. Statement 2. Vineet could walk both ways in 45 minutes. How long would it take Vineet to ride both ways? So two statement की information है. First we'll take statement 1 की information. We'll try to see are we getting the answer of this question. Sorry, if yes, then we'll say कि S1 alone is sufficient to answer the question. If not, then we'll take statement 2 की information and we'll see कि are we getting the answer of this question. If yes, S2 alone is sufficient to answer the question. If not, then we'll club both the informations and we'll see are we getting the answer. If yes, that means together are sufficient. If no, not sufficient to answer the question. So this way we are going to proceed. So take statement 1 key information and see what answer you are getting. Statement 2, see what answer you are getting. Are you getting the answer of this question or not? This we need to check. What is the exact answer? That is not required. But what is required? Can we get the answer? बस ये देखना है. So this way we need to understand. Vineet walks a certain distance. So this is the distance. Walks a certain distance. Walk करते हुए गया. Then rides back. यहाँ पे there is a car or horse is there. So car से this person is coming back. So total time taken is 29 minutes. Correct? Then statement 2, Vineet could walk both ways in 45 minutes. So Vineet is walking, some time he is taking, and walking back. Some time this person Vineet is taking. And the total time is 45 minutes. So ride back, whenever it is written, that means that person is taking car, horse or something, bike. आ रहा है कुछ? So we can assume this here walks a certain distance. So while walking, this person is taking some time. That time we can assume. While riding back, that person is taking some different time. Usko bhi we can assume. Isko we can assume. While walking, this stretch, this person is taking time. TW. While walking back, while riding back, this person is taking time. TR. So first statement say we have got this information is 29 minutes. And what is asked? How long would it take Vineet to ride both ways? Ride both ways का मतलब ride करते हुए he is going, ride करते हुए he is coming back. So both ways he is riding. That means this person will take 2 TR time. So can we get this value of 2 TR? If we are able to get TR की value, कि what time this person is taking while riding and covering one stretch like AB. अगर ये TR निकाल लें तो we can get the answer. So with the help of statement 1, can we get the answer? We cannot get the answer because this TW plus TR is 29 minutes. So TW key value, if we know, then only we can get TR key value. We cannot get the TR key value. Statement one alone is not sufficient to answer the question. Then statement 2 mein Vineet could walk both ways. That means if we take statement 2 की information, could walk both ways. So one way walk करने में Vineet will take TW time, and coming back while walking only TW. This is 45 minutes. So statement 2 में we don't have any information about riding वाला, कि how much time Vineet is taking while riding to cover this stretch AB. So statement 2 alone से we cannot get the answer. TR की value we cannot get. But if we club these two information, can we get the value of TR? We can get the answer. So statement 2 से we can get this value कि 2 TW is 45 minutes or TW 45 by 2. Statement 1 में we have got this information कि TW plus TR is 29 minutes. तो TW की value we can put here. If we put value, यहाँ पे I'm writing TW statement 1 से जो information we have got 29, TW की value 45 by 2 plus TR 29. We can get the value of TR. If we get the value of TR, we can get the value of 2TR. That means we are getting the answer. That means if we club these two informations, we can get the answer. मिल जाएगा answer. So this way we need to understand कि ये question में what informations are given and कौन से information से we are getting the answers. मिल गया आंसर ये? इसमें कोई कंफ्यूजन समझ में आ रहा है? एक बार फिर से बताते हैं. See here, statement 1 में what is written? Vineet walks a certain distance and rides back, taking a total time of 29 minutes. ठीक है? तो this is the distance. Suppose बीच पे 2 points are there. So Vineet is walking. ये walk करते हुए reached this point B. So what time Vineet is taking? We have assumed कि TW time कुछ भी मान लो, x y कुछ भी मान लो. So TW time Vineet has taken to reach this point. And what is happening after then? He rides back. यहाँ पे there is one Mercedes. उससे this person Vineet is riding back. So अब टाइम कुछ दूसरा लेगा because राइड करके जा रहा है हॉर्स या बाइक या कार पे. So that time is TR. And it is given कि this time, total time is 29 minutes. So we can say this 29 minutes. ये बोल सकते हैं. So statement 1 say information we are getting this only. Now the question is how long would it take Vineet to ride both ways? कि यहाँ से कार से this person is going this point and कार से ही this person is coming back to this point. So total time this person will take, कार से जा रहा है right TR plus TR, that means 2TR की value we need to know. But with this information we cannot get the value of TR क्योंकि TW is unknown here. We cannot get the answer. 2TR की value we cannot get. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient to answer the question. Then statement 2, Vineet could walk both ways in 45 minutes. That means Vineet is walking, reaching this point will take TW time. Again walking back, राइडिंग बैक नहीं, वॉकिंग बैक. फिर से वॉक करते हुए आ रहा है, गाड़ी कोई लेके गया. अगेन TW टाइम. सो टोटल टाइम TW प्लस TW we can say it is 2TW, and this total time is given 45 minutes. 45 minutes. With the help of this, we can get value कि one side walk करने में this person Vineet is taking how much time? 45/2 आ गया. But with the help of this, can we get the answer of this? कि Vineet to ride back both ways, ride both ways. Statement 2 में तो ride वाली information है ही नहीं. We have only information about walking, so we cannot get the value of TR. अब यहाँ पे तो 2W is equal to 2TW is equal to 45. यहाँ से TW की वैल्यू वी कैन गेट, बट TR की वैल्यू वी कैन नॉट गेट, सो वी कैन नॉट रीच द आंसर, नहीं मिलेगा. सो नेक्स्ट स्टेप में विल क्लब बोथ द इंफॉर्मेशन. स्टेटमेंट 1 में दिस इंफॉर्मेशन TW प्लस TR इज इक्वल टू 29. सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट से वी आर गेटिंग दिस इंफॉर्मेशन 2TW इज इक्वल टू 45, तो TW 45/2. तो दिस वैल्यू इफ वी आर पुटिंग इन दिस फर्स्ट इक्वेशन, फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट की इंफॉर्मेशन जो आई है, TR की वैल्यू वी कैन गेट. अगर TR की वैल्यू वी आर गेटिंग हियर, तो आंसर आ गया. आंसर निकालना है 2TR, आंसर आ गया. दैट मीन्स बोथ द इंफॉर्मेशन आर रिक्वायर्ड टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, दिस वे. हाँ आ गया, क्या हुआ? हाँ हाँ, करेक्ट करेक्ट. जैसे ये है TW प्लस TR है, 2TW प्लस 2TR, 29 इंटू 2. 2TW की वैल्यू पता है 45. 45 प्लस यहाँ पे वैल्यू एग्जैक्ट वी डोंट नीड टू कैलकुलेट, बट अगर पूछता है तो दिस वे वी कैन गेट. ठीक है, इससे सिंप्लीफाई भी हो जाएगा हमारा कैलकुलेशन, तो हम आंसर निकाल सकते हैं. वी कैन गेट द आंसर विद द हेल्प ऑफ दीज टू इंफॉर्मेशन, आंसर आ जाएगा. ठीक है, सो दिस वे अंडरस्टैंड कर लिया हमने. आ रहा है समझ में? ठीक है. See this question. Sorry. Excluding stoppages, the speed of a bus is 84 km per hour. And including stoppages, it is 70 km per hour. For how many minutes does the bus stop per hour? This we need to calculate. कितना आ रहा है? 10 कि 15? 15 आ रहा है? 15. How it is coming 15? This question looks very simple. Excluding stoppages, the speed of the bus is 84 km per hour. So if there is no stop, 1 hour में this bus is covering 84 km. This is clear. And including stoppages, if there are stoppages, तो 1 hour में this bus is covering 70 km. So what extra this bus is covering when there is no stoppages? 14 km. So extra distance extra distance 14 kilometer. Extra distance, this bus is covering 14 kilometer. ठीक है, so it is asking for how many minutes does the bus stop per hour. So ये जो extra distance bus cover कर रही है, इसको cover करने में what time this bus is taking, for that time only the bus is getting stopped, है ना? So what time? Time is equal to distance by speed. Extra distance है 14 and speed 70 84. So this extra distance 14 kilometer is covered with what speed? 84 और 70. 84 से वो कवर कर रहा है ना एक्स्ट्रा 14 किलोमीटर की डिस्टेंस. इंटू 60 कर दोगे तो इट विल कम इन मिनट्स. टेन मिनट्स. इसमें वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस कि दिस एक्स्ट्रा डिस्टेंस 14 किलोमीटर दिस बस इज कवरिंग. एक्स्ट्रा कवर कर रही है ना, तो एक्स्ट्रा कवर कर रही है दैट मीन्स दिस बस इज मूविंग विथ 34 किलोमीटर पर आवर, तभी तो एक्स्ट्रा कवर कर रही है. 70 से चलती तब तो फिर जीरो डिस्टेंस एक्स्ट्रा कवर करती ना. तो दैट इज व्हाई वी हैव टेकन हियर स्पीड इज 84 किलोमीटर पर आवर. क्लियर? इसमें भी वही स्पीड वाला फॉर्मूला वी नीड टू पुट कि डिस्टेंस बाई स्पीड इज इक्वल टू टाइम. ठीक है, तो ऐसे क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी कैन आस्क. स्मॉल एंड ट्रिकी क्वेश्चंस. See this question. So these are the different variations. Any variations पे UPSC is going to ask questions if they ask. Stoppages पे questions may come this year. An express train travels at an average speed of 80 km per hour. Starting from its source station, it stops for 3 minutes after traveling every 45 km before reaching its destination. The same way we did 5 km wala question. If the distance between source to destination is 720 km, then which of the following can be concluded? Try to understand and think. We need to take each option A, B, C, D. One आ रहा है? Without any stoppages, the train would take less than 6 hours to travel 720 kilometers. So statement this option A में time के बारे में it is written. Time is distance by speed. Distance is 720 and speed is 80. Speed is 80. So what time it will take without any stoppages? 720 by 80, 9 hours आ जाएगा. It is written less than 6 hours. So this statement is incorrect. है ना, less than 9 is more than 6 hours ना. या मोर देन रहता तब सही हो जाता स्टेटमेंट। तो क्या आंसर आ रहा है? डी आ रहा है। आंसर क्या आ रहा है? 16 stoppages। स्टेटमेंट 2 इज ऑल्सो इनकरेक्ट। आई मीन ऑप्शन बी। क्या आया आंसर? सी। अच्छा, ए बी दे आर इनकरेक्ट। बी में, अच्छा सी ईयर, an express train travels at an average speed of 80 km per hour. Starting from its source station, it stops for 3 minutes after traveling every 45 kilometers before reaching its destination. If the distance is 720, which of the following can be concluded? Without any stoppages, no stoppages, the train would take less than 6 hours to travel 720 kilometers. Total distance, तो यहाँ पे बेसिकली less than 6 hours, that means time के बारे में they are asking. So what will be the time taken here? Distance by speed, distance is 720 without any stoppages, average speed is 89 hours, and this 9 hours is more than 6 hours. So this statement is incorrect. If we take statement 2, with stoppages the train takes 6 hours to travel 720 kilometer. अब without stoppages this train is taking 9 hours. So with stoppages this train will take more time, more than 9 hours. So this statement is also incorrect. There are 16 stoppages between source and destination. अभी हमने 5 किलोमीटर वाला लगाया था क्वेश्चन, उसमें लास्ट पॉइंट पे when that person has completed 5 किलोमीटर, उस पे तो काउंट नहीं किया था रेस्ट वाला टाइम, because that person has reached 5 kilometer का distance. The same way, like total distance is 720 kilometers. 720 को if we divide by after every 45 kilometer, there is one stoppage. So how many stoppages will be there? 720 को 45 से डिवाइड करेंगे, 16 stoppages. 16 आ रहा है, लग रहा है ये सही है, बट इस 16 में 720 किलोमीटर वाला स्टॉपेज भी ऐड है, इंक्लूडेड है. लाइक दिस वे कि यहां से शुरू किया 45 पे पहला, देन अगेन 45 पे सेकंड, दिस वे विल गो, लास्ट वाला 16 पे यहां पे आएगा, बट दिस विल नॉट बी इंक्लूडेड. व्हाई? बिकॉज द ट्रेन हैज कंप्लीटेड the whole distance. So last wala we need to subtract. So total stoppages would be 50. This way we can understand. See, suppose we are having this total distance as 135. Total distance 135 किलोमीटर की है. Every 45 किलोमीटर पे वन स्टॉप. तो फर्स्ट स्टॉप 45 किलोमीटर पे, सेकंड स्टॉप नेक्स्ट 45 किलोमीटर पे, फिर उसके बाद तो वी हैव रीच्ड डेस्टिनेशन, उतर के फिर छोले समोसे आएंगे. तो वी हैव रीच्ड डेस्टिनेशन. सो कितने स्टॉप आए? 135 बाई 45 करेंगे, आएगा 3, उसमें से वी नीड टू सब्सट्रैक्ट 1, तो आ जाएगा 2 स्टॉप. 2 स्टॉप हो जाएगा आंसर. दैट मीन्स करेक्ट आंसर इज आपका 15 स्टॉपेजेस विल बी देयर। ऐसे नहीं समझ में आया तो छोटा डिस्टेंस लेके 2-3 स्टॉपेजेस का विल सी कि कैसे ये, अगर हमने क्या लिया, वी हैव टेकन अनदर एग्जांपल कि सपोज टोटल डिस्टेंस इज 135 किलोमीटर एंड एवरी 45 किलोमीटर पे देयर इज वन स्टॉपेज। सो फर्स्ट 45 पे यहाँ पे, सेकंड 45 पे वी हैव रीच्ड 90, आफ्टर 90 नेक्स्ट 45 पे वी आर रीचिंग एट 135, total distance is covered. At the end, this is not stoppage, this is destination, so only 2. So this 2 is coming how? 145 by 135 by 45 minus 1, it is coming the same way, 720 by 45 minus 1, total stoppages आ गया हमारा 15 will be our answer. तो डी हो गया करेक्ट आंसर। ठीक है, तो डी होगा आंसर हमारा, नॉट सी, 1 लेस देन 16। ठीक है, तो ये समझ में आया सबको, एवरीवन? नाउ वी कैन स्टार्ट। इसमें भी वही किया था ना, लास्ट पे 5 किलोमीटर पे दैट पर्सन इज रेस्टिंग, तो यहां पे वी हैव नॉट एडेड, कितना था यहाँ पे 5 मिनट का रेस्ट, हियर ऑल्सो 5 मिनट का रेस्ट, हियर ऑल्सो, बट हियर वी हैव नॉट टेकन इन टू कंसिडरेशन, वी हैव टेकन ओनली 4 पॉइंट पे, लाइक 4 टाइम्स दिस पर्सन हैज टेकन रेस्ट। जब वो पहुंच गया 5 किलोमीटर का डिस्टेंस, विल नॉट काउंट दैट कि यहाँ पे भी दैट पर्सन विल टेक रेस्ट ऑफ 5 मिनट्स, दिस विल नॉट बी काउंटेड। ठीक, अभी वी कैन सी कि व्हाट इज रिलेटिव स्पीड। Relative speed, have you ever experienced this relative speed? कहाँ पे? ट्रेन में you have experienced, yes. So like you are in this train, B1 coach, this train is moving in this direction, and you have another train, same length, parallel track, इसका भी B1 coach, and आमने सामने बैठे हो, हिस्ट्री का मॉड्यूल डिस्कस कर रहे हो खिड़कियों से, and this train is stationary now, and you are discussing these things कि हिस्ट्री में ये पहला चैप्टर दूसरा चैप्टर, then these two trains started moving with the same speed, और पैरेलल ट्रैक है बिल्कुल, सो थ्रू आउट होल जर्नी द स्पीड इज सेम, पैरेलल ट्रैक पे है, तो दिस पर्सन एंड दिस पर्सन, फॉर दिस पर्सन इज स्टेशनरी, लाइक वो सामने ही बैठा है पूरे टाइम, बट वी हैव कवर्ड सम डिस्टेंस, बट स्टिल वी आर टॉकिंग टू ईच अदर एंड पूरा टाइम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। तो यहाँ पे व्हाट इज रिलेटिव स्पीड फॉर दिस पर्सन, रिलेटिव स्पीड क्या है इस पर्सन की? 0. For these two person relative speed is 0 because they feel like they are standing next to each other, है ना? Throughout whole journey relative speed is 0 when they are moving in same direction. But what happens when we are in a train, किसी कोच में बैठे हैं, another train parallel track पे, if these trains are moving in opposite direction, if this train is moving this way, you will feel कि this train is moving much faster than its speed. तो opposite speed में, opposite direction में if objects are moving, will feel कि speeds add up हो जा रही है, हमारी speed and next object की speed, तो वो add हो जाएगी। So अभी तक what we have discussed कि कार की speed है 84 किलोमीटर पर आवर, so that is basically the speed related to some stationary point. कोई स्टेशनरी पॉइंट है, लाइक रोड पे एक स्टेशनरी पॉइंट लो, विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दैट पॉइंट आर स्पीड इज 84 kilometer per hour. That point is not moving. But when that point becomes an object and that also start moving, so then speeds will be relative with respect to that object. So this way relative speed वाला concept comes. ठीक है, तो relative speed वाले questions में first question they are asking कि what is relative speed. Then second question कि after what time these two objects are going to meet each other or pass each other. यही दो क्वेश्चन रहेंगे क्वेश्चन रिलेटिव स्पीड वाले क्वेश्चंस में. So first we need to understand how we calculate relative speed. After then we'll try to understand how we are going to calculate after what time they are going to meet each other or pass each other. So relative speed वाले में two ही objects, only two objects will be there, है ना, three objects नहीं आ पाएंगे. अगर three objects are there, so that becomes higher mathematics वाला question. First two वाला two objects के बीच का देखना पड़ेगा, then third and first and second and first, but that is not going to be asked in UPSC paper. बस two objects वाला ही रहेगा. So how we can understand? Suppose first condition कि we have two objects, one with speed s1 and another with speed s2. If these two objects are moving in opposite direction, then what will be the relative speed? Speeds are added. Speeds are added. ट्रेन वाला एग्जाम्पल, अगर आसपास से गुजर रही है इन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन, विल फील कि बहुत तेजी से ये मूव कर रही है. ठीक है. सेकेंड थिंग, इफ टू ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर मूविंग इन सेम डायरेक्शन, moving in same direction, then relative speed will be a difference of these two speeds, s1 minus s2. Correct? Then we need to see how we can calculate what time they are taking. After what time, like this is Delhi, Mumbai. One train is moving in this direction to Mumbai, another train from Mumbai to Delhi with speed s1 with speed s2. Beach ki distance we have, suppose 1000 kilometer. The question is after what time they are going to meet each other this we need to calculate. So after what time का formula, time is distance by speed. So here two objects are there, they both are moving in opposite direction, so some relative speed is there. That means we need to write here time is relative speed, distance by relative speed. distance covered by them divided by relative speed. सेम फॉर्मूला है, बस स्पीड की जगह पे वी आर राइटिंग रिलेटिव स्पीड. So distance covered by these two objects, by both the objects, when they are going to meet each other, like somewhere here they are meeting each other. So this train is going to cover this much distance, and this train is going to cover this much distance. So total distance covered by them is this plus this. That means total distance they have covered, total distance is 1000 kilometer divided by relative speed. They both are moving in opposite direction, that means will add. So this will be, this way we can calculate. ठीक है, 1000 by S1 plus S2, and this much time train will take to meet each other. ठीक है. Then second thing, ये अंडरस्टैंड किया आपने, समझ में आया? If two trains are there, like this way, this train is moving and another train from this point, so distance between them is d. This train is with S1 speed, this train is S2. They both are moving in same direction. So after what time they are going to meet each other? So two objects, उनके बीच की डिस्टेंस, हमने चोर पुलिस वाला एग्जांपल भी लिया था ना, कि चोर भागा जेल से and police started chasing them. At the time police started chasing them, the thief was 100 kilometers away. अच्छा, ये तो नहीं डिस्कस किया होगा अभी, किया था? अच्छा, okay. So this way, after what time they are going to meet each other? Again time we need to calculate. Time is distance, they are going to cover some distance. So when they are covering this distance between them d, जैसे S1 start moving, S1 has to cover this distance. अगर S1 ने ये distance, दोनों के बीच का distance cover कर लिया, that means this train S1 can meet S2. So distance covered by, अब S2 तो कुछ distance cover करेगा, so we'll assume कि कुछ नहीं cover कर रहा distance. So distance covered by the trains to meet them is again the distance between these two objects d divided by S1 minus S1 minus S2. इसका डेरिवेशन भी है, बट दैट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड कि हाउ वी गेट दिस फॉर्मूला. बेसिकली द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन देम डिवाइडेड बाय रिलेटिव स्पीड. सो फॉर्मूला इज दिस वे: time taken to meet each other, distance between two objects divided by relative speed. This is the basic formula. अब सेम डायरेक्शन में दे आर मूविंग, तो अब जो भी डिस्टेंस है, लाइक 100 किलोमीटर की डिस्टेंस है या 10 किलोमीटर की डिस्टेंस है, तो द ट्रेन विच इज मूविंग फास्टर दैट विल ट्राई टू कवर दैट डिस्टेंस. सो 1 आवर में कुछ एक्स्ट्रा डिस्टेंस कवर करेगी, नेक्स्ट 1 आवर में कुछ एक्स्ट्रा डिस्टेंस कवर करेगी, तो दोनों के बीच की डिस्टेंस धीरे धीरे कम होती जाएगी. देन द पॉइंट विल कम व्हेन दे आर एट द सेम पॉइंट. So that time we can calculate this way: distance between these two objects divided by relative speed. Correct? So this way we can understand. तो दो फॉर्मूला है वी हैव, अपोजिट डायरेक्शन वाले एंड सेम डायरेक्शन वाले. अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में रिलेटिव स्पीड वी ऐड, एंड सेम डायरेक्शन में अपोजिट द स्पीड्स वी सब्सट्रैक्ट. देन राइट डाउन सम सिंपल क्वेश्चंस दिस वे. अच्छा, इसमें ही देख लेते हैं कुछ क्वेश्चन. सी दिस क्वेश्चन. वर्ल्ड कप का सेमीफाइनल है ना कल. कल क्लास भी है. अच्छा, मेरी क्लास है. ओके. द स्पीड ऑफ ए बॉल गोइंग टुवर्ड्स द बाउंड्री लाइन इज 4 मीटर पर सेकेंड, and the fielder follows it at a speed of 5.2 meter per second. If the initial distance between the fielder and the ball is 3.6 meters, then how much time will he take to catch the ball? क्या आ रहा है आंसर? इसमें सी दिस वे. द इनिशियल डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द फील्डर, फील्डर यहाँ पे है, एंड द बॉल यहाँ पे है. डिस्टेंस इनिशियल इज 3.6 meters. करेक्ट. एंड द बॉल इज गोइंग टुवर्ड्स, ये बाउंड्री है अपनी, इधर बॉल जा रही है एंड फील्डर इज रनिंग आफ्टर दिस बॉल. ठीक है. स्पीड फील्डर की कितनी है? 4 मीटर. 5.2. 5.2, यस, 5.2 मीटर पर सेकेंड. एंड बॉल की स्पीड वी हैव 4 मीटर पर सेकेंड. 4 मीटर पर सेकेंड. सो हाउ मच टाइम विल ही टेक टू कैच द बॉल? So how much time he will catch the ball? That means how much time after they are going to meet each other. So distance between these two objects कितना है? 3.6 meters divided by relative speed. Relative speed is they are moving in same direction. So minus करेंगे, कितना आ जाएगा? 3.6 divided by 1.3 seconds. 3 seconds. 3 seconds में the fielder will catch the ball. If this way it is written कि if speed of the fielder is 4 meter per second and speed of the ball is 5.2 meter per second and fielder is following the ball, after what time the fielder is going to catch the ball? We are not going to apply physics वाला concept कि ये बाद में बॉल रुक जाएगी, है ना. देन कैन द फील्डर कैच द बॉल? बॉल की स्पीड तो फील्डर से ज्यादा है, तो दोनों के बीच की डिस्टेंस और होती जाएगी. सो द फील्डर कैन नॉट कैच द बॉल. तो फील्डर की स्पीड ज्यादा होनी चाहिए. अगर फील्डर की स्पीड कम है तभी तो बाउंड्री हो जाती है, फिर बाउंड्री पे चली जाती है बॉल. सो दिस वे, वेरी सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट. ऐसे ही क्वेश्चन दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क, बट इसमें वन ट्रिक इज देयर. व्हाट दैट ट्रिक इज कि दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क कि स्पीड in meter per second and distance in kilometers, and time they will ask in hours. So if this way information is given, we need to convert. मीटर पर सेकंड है तो या किलोमीटर पर आवर, मतलब आवर्स में पूछ रहा है तो किलोमीटर पर आवर में वी नीड टू कन्वर्ट. तो यूनिट मस्ट बी सी लाइक 1 किलोमीटर पर आवर को if I want to convert in meter per second. So how I can convert this? Like we are having this way कि 36 किलोमीटर पर आवर, इसको we need to convert in meter per second. So how we can convert? So basically what we are doing कि किलोमीटर पर आवर को we need to convert. So 1 किलोमीटर पर आवर, इसको we can write 1 किलोमीटर डिवाइडेड बाई 1 आवर. 1 किलोमीटर में 1000 मीटर, 1 आवर में हाउ मेनी सेकेंड्स, 3600 सेकेंड्स. इसको इफ वी सिंप्लीफाई व्हाट वी आर गेटिंग 5/18 मीटर पर सेकेंड. मीटर पर सेकेंड. That means 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5/18 meter per second. So 1 kilometer per hour की वैल्यू we know in terms of meter per second. So कुछ भी पूछे 5 किलोमीटर पर आवर, 18 किलोमीटर पर आवर, x किलोमीटर पर आवर, उसको if we want to convert in meter per second, so 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5/18. So 5 into 5/18, 18 into 5/18, x into 5/18. So this way we can convert किलोमीटर पर आवर को मीटर पर सेकेंड. बड़े आसानी से we can calculate, convert कर सकते हैं ऐसे. The same way if I ask you कि मीटर पर सेकेंड को we want to convert in किलोमीटर पर आवर, उल्टा कर देंगे इसका, just the reverse. Like 1 meter per second को we can write 1 meter per second है, that means basically 1 meter per 1 second. So this we can write कि this is 1 meter divided by 1 second. 1 meter में how many kilometers? 1 किलोमीटर में 1000 मीटर. So 1 meter में 1/1000 किलोमीटर डिवाइडेड बाई 1 सेकेंड में हाउ मेनी आवर्स, 1 डिवाइडेड बाई 3600 आवर्स. सो इसको इफ वी सिंप्लीफाई व्हाट वी आर गेटिंग 3600 डिवाइडेड बाई 1000 किलोमीटर पर आवर. So what we are getting 18/5 किलोमीटर पर आवर. तो कुछ याद नहीं करना है इसमें, सिंपली वी आर गेटिंग दीज थिंग्स 18/5 किलोमीटर पर आवर. सो बेसिकली वी हैव गॉट दिस वैल्यू कि 1 मीटर पर सेकेंड इज इक्वल टू 18/5 किलोमीटर पर आवर. तो 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड $25 मीटर पर सेकेंड, x मीटर पर सेकेंड. इफ वी वांट टू कन्वर्ट 1 मीटर पर सेकेंड 18/5 है, तो 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड में 10 into 18/5. हियर 25 into 18/5, x into 18/5 किलोमीटर पर आवर, किलोमीटर पर आवर, किलोमीटर पर आवर. सो दिस वे वी कैन कन्वर्ट यूनिट्स. यूनिट्स को हम लोग ऐसे कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. एंड दिस वे यूपीएससी इज आस्किंग क्वेश्चन लाइक 20, 21, 22 में एवरी ईयर दे हैव आस्क्ड दिस वे कि डिस्टेंस मीटर्स में, स्पीड किलोमीटर पर आवर में, देन ऑप्शंस सेकेंड्स में. सो वी नीड टू कन्वर्ट किलोमीटर पर आवर को मीटर पर सेकेंड में कन्वर्ट कर दो. फिर उसके बाद ट्राई टू गेट द आंसर। ठीक है, तो ये समझ लिया हमने। ठीक है, क्लियर। एक सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन करते हैं। टू ट्रेन्स two trains, one from Delhi and one from Mumbai, running in opposite direction. The distance between them is 1000 kilometers. 1000 kilometers. The speed of the train starting from Delhi is 80 kilometer per hour, and the speed of the train starting from Mumbai is 1000 meter per second. After what time they are going to meet each other? ये ज़्यादा नहीं हो गया स्पीड? 1000 मीटर पर सेकेंड। After what time they are going to meet each other? इसमें कुछ नहीं है, बस कैलकुलेशन ही है। जस्ट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस। फर्स्ट स्टेप में वी नीड टू कन्वर्ट देम इन किलोमीटर पर आवर। 1000 मीटर पर सेकेंड को वी आर कन्वर्टिंग इन किलोमीटर पर आवर। देन आफ्टर व्हाट टाइम, डिस्टेंस पता है, स्पीड को वी कैन ऐड। बस फ्रैक्शन में वॉट एवर यू आर गेटिंग दैट इज द आंसर, उसको फिर डेसिमल्स में निकालना नहीं है। फर्दर वी डोंट नीड टू सिंप्लीफाई। अब इस स्पीड को इफ वी कन्वर्ट इन किलोमीटर पर आवर, so we need to multiply by 18 by 5. What we are getting? 3600 किलोमीटर पर आवर, है ना? So after what time they are going to meet each other? Distance between them 1000 divided by, will add speeds 80 plus 3600. What we are getting? 1000 divided by 3680. So this much time, 100 divided by 368 hours. इतना ही आ रहा है आंसर, बस इतना ही निकालना था। हाँ हाँ, 25/92। सो दिस इज आवर आंसर। गड़बड़ हो गया कुछ कैलकुलेशन में? अच्छा अच्छा, यही माइनस प्लस नहीं करना है। ठीक है, वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन। सो हियर वी नीड टू जस्ट कन्वर्ट कि what they are asking, everywhere we can see ki kilometer per hour, but at one place we can see ki meter per second में it is given. So we need to convert them in kilometer per hour, and we'll see ki options में what is given. Options में if seconds में it is given, तो उसको everywhere will convert मीटर पर सेकेंड में, और एट द एंड सेकेंड्स में, आवर्स में आ रहा है उसको सेकेंड्स में कन्वर्ट कर दो. सो दिस वी नीड टू चेक एवरी टाइम कि व्हाट इज आस्क्ड एंड व्हाट इज गिवन. यूनिट्स मस्ट बी सेम, ये ध्यान रखना है टाइम स्पीड एंड डिस्टेंस के क्वेश्चंस पे. एंड स्पेसिफिकली रिलेटिव स्पीड, ट्रेन पोल्स वाले क्वेश्चंस में भी दिस वे यूपीएससी इज गोइंग टू ट्रिक अस, ये ट्रिक करेगी ऐसे. ठीक है, तो आज के लिए बस इतना. कल परसों, द डे आफ्टर टुमारो, विल मीट अगेन एंड विल डिस्कस सम मोर क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है, थैंक यू एवरीवन. इतना आवर्स आया. हाँ, एक आवर में कितने सेकंड्स? 3600. इसमें 3600 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, विल गेट द आंसर. सो थैंक यू एवरीवन.